today?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I am doing really good. So I'm calling from Minnesota, and you're going to be visiting us soon. How did you get connected with that concert opportunity?
Well, they called and just asked me to be a part of it. So it was kind of an organic thing, I guess. It's kind of crazy. I guess cancer has affected everyone's life, it seems, in some way, shape, or form, whether it's personally or having a family member or a friend who has gone through a fight with cancer. And I think it's just anytime I can support that cause, and especially when there's so many. It's amazing what they're doing with all of the different color ribbons, all types of cancer as being represented. So I think it's going to be a really beautiful show.
Now, your current tour is acoustic. Is this set to be an acoustic show as well?
That's a good question. We've been playing on and off acoustic, so I'm not sure if that's an acoustic show. That's a good question. So right now we are playing a lot of acoustic things, but we have been playing some full band too. So I guess it'll be a surprise to both of us.
Well, there you go. And I know you've done a lot of philanthropy and a lot of work with cancer research, so I suppose it's kind of a natural progression to tie into this as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I've done, throughout my career, I've been involved with so many different organizations, and I've done a lot with St. Jude Children's Hospital and just many, many different things. So, as I get older, especially, the giving back aspect of what I do is such a huge thing for me, the philanthropic aspect of it, because, I've realized as I've gotten older, humanity comes first, and then there's this job thing that I do. But I think my heart has always kind of led the way, and a new way that I can to connect with people, and on a human level. I just so happen to have this name and this platform to be able to do it on a large level, but to really be able to meet people and hear their stories, and it's amazing too how music connects people, and how the stories behind songs and how they've affected people's lives. And I've had fans that have listened to me in the ER, have gotten them through surgery, which is just crazy. But you never know how your music's going to affect people, and to play music live is just so magical, and it's different every night. Every show is different because of the crowd and the energy that you're working with that night, and so I think obviously with the topic that we're going to be there celebrating the lives of these fighters, and raising money for cancer, and hopefully helping people fight these crazy diseases. I think it's going to be a really exciting night and full of love.
It's great when your work can support such a great cause and an organization. And when we speak about your work, it's very multifaceted. I think you're best known for your musical career, but that's obviously not your only venture. You've done some acting and some writing as well.
Yeah, I'm just creative. I mean, I think once I've became this kind of creative person, and as I've grown up and not just a singer, I like to find things outside of the box to play with and to create, and we're all creative people. We just need to tap into it, I think, and obviously I've very well tapped into mine. But yeah, I'm constantly just kind of seeing like what can I do next, and how can I stretch myself, which is not, it hasn't always been that way. I mean, I think it's, you go through this kind of especially for me, I grew up as a kid, started as a kid in this business, and you want to stretch, but then you have so many people kind of telling you, oh no, you can only fit in this box or that box. And so as I got older, I pretty much tore out of that box as soon as I could, and realized, there's so much out to create, and so much, there's so much joy in it, just the creative process for me in itself. So yeah, I love to do just about anything that turns my heart on, and like I said, there's a lot of joy in that.
What inspired the decision to do children's novels?
Well, Jag, which is the name of the book, Jag and Jack's New Friend, it was really, it was something that I wanted to do to read to my child one day, but also I grew up as a psoriasis sufferer. I was diagnosed when I was 2, and I was 80% covered by the time I was 6. So I grew up, having to face something that was different. I was made fun of, and I suffered tremendously. People I think they have this misconception that psoriasis is like just a skin disease, and but it's not. It can be so much more traumatic than that. So I wanted to write about it, and that's kind of how it became what it is. And for kids who were going through the same kind of situation that I went through, to say that there's hope and to be able to put it into book form like that for kids, it was a very healing thing. I think I find that on whatever I create, there's always a part of me that's healed because I've created it, and so that was partly just something for me as a creator to want to be able to talk about, and then to be able to give to kids to help them through it.
You've got an upcoming film as well, because you do a little bit of acting, and that has some pretty big names in it. Are you excited to be working with Channing Tatum and Daniel Craig?
Yeah, the Logan Lucky movie that's coming out I guess it's coming out in August, next month. Yeah, I'm so excited about it. When Steven Soderbergh calls and says, "Hey, can you come sing in this movie?" You're like, okay. So yeah, he was fantastic to work with as a director, and I literally went and sang American the Beautiful at a big racetrack in Atlanta. I did it twice, and then he's like, "Got it, done." that was the extent of my hard work for this film, but it was really fun. It's really fun to be able to be a part of such a great project with so many great actors, and like I said, to work with such an amazing director, and it's once again just kind of stepping into something that, even though I'm playing myself, it's still, I think that's the hardest thing to do, actually.
Yeah.
The hardest thing to do is, hey, just play yourself. You're like, wait, what does that consist of?
Suddenly
yeah,
very conscious of everything.
Yeah, but when you put a microphone in my hand, I think I pretty much know what to do.
Valid. Obviously, you were really young when, your career started as well, and you've grown into writing and acting and other things, and you've taken a little bit more control with your career and your writing aspect as well. And right now you've got a song that's just climbing up the Billboard charts. It's off your 16th studio album. Do you want to talk about Love is Love is Love at all?
Yeah. My album is something that I'm so proud of. The title of the album is Remnants, and came out in February. And I just celebrated number one with this Love is Love is Love on the dance chart, and it's moving up other charts right now, which I'm very excited about. And there's a lot of love on this album. It just kind of came out that way. I think it's something we're really in need of. And as an artist, I feel like sometimes we just naturally tap into that kind of collective need. And I wanted to on this record. I think I made a conscious effort to want to put something out that was full of hope and light. And so this song it was based on, started out as my from Love is Love, the hashtag that was going around for the support of the LGBTQ community. And I've been very much a supporter of their community for a very long time. And so I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to start a conversation, and I think there's a lot of arguing going on these days, but there's no real talking to each other and understanding each other. So that's really what the song is about. And we in the room of when we were writing it, the conversation went so deep as to how far can our love extend? Can we disagree with someone and still find a place to extend love from? Can we separate our opinions and from love, who is really that's what we are. So it became a deep thing, and it's a very happy song. But it's something I think it's something I think people when people hear it, they get really happy, which makes me really happy. It's a very catchy tune. So but with a powerful message. So I'm very proud of it.
Yeah, and it's really doing tremendously well. Will that song and then some of your other hits be incorporated into your Christmas tour that's just been announced, or will that be more traditional Christmas tunes?
Well, I do a lot of Christmas music. Over the past several years, I've had I had a Christmas EP and then 2 Christmas records right after that. So I have a plethora of Christmas music to choose from. So we do a lot of Christmas music, but we'll also be doing some of the songs off of Remnants and then some of my hits too. We incorporate them in a different way, in a cool way for the Christmas shows. So this year we've been doing I think this is our 3rd or 4th year doing a Christmas tour, and we've pretty much stuck to a lot of the Christmas music, but this year we're kind of switching it up a bit. So I'm excited to do a bit of both.
Will that one be circling back to Minnesota as well?
That won't be this year, but I hope we'll be back up there soon. Maybe next year with the tour. It's interesting because we only have such a short amount. It's such a small window to be able to tour.
Excellent. And, we're so looking forward to having you in our area, and we appreciate you taking the time to talk with us today.
Yeah, absolutely. I look forward to seeing you guys. going to be a great night.